The sale and purchase of virtual plots of land has skyrocketed. Over $2 billion was spent in 2022 alone on the acquisition of space on metaverse platforms. Clearly, this is a boom market, but at the same time, it can be very difficult to anticipate and navigate the legal challenges of investing in, owning, and developing virtual land. Can the process of purchasing space in such a volatile and novel market realistically have anything in common with the purchase of real-world space or the practice of real-world property law? Well, land in the metaverse certainly shares some similarities with land in the real world. The real world is obviously finite and controlled by laws of supply and demand. So too the metaverse, but it's the differences between land in the metaverse and land in the real world that feel more deep-rooted. A purchase of land in the metaverse at any value is banking on both mass adoption of the metaverse itself, as well as relevant platform where the virtual land is located. That is by no means certain. Also, whilst most metaverses are finite, there's nothing stopping site owners from expanding their platforms indefinitely or from anyone else from building a competing virtual world. In addition, differing visions and direction for the metaverse may prevent novel obstacles. What if parallel competing metaverses are ultimately never fully interconnected, but are standalone and isolated digital spaces? How does it work for now? Well, NFT, non-fungible tokens, are central to how virtual land ownership currently works. Virtual land transactions have been made possible by linking the right to control and partially modify virtual spaces in the metaverse to an NFT. The conflation of property law terminology for real and digital space can be confusing, but users are ultimately purchasing an NFT with rights in respect of virtual land, not land itself. Real estate laws do not currently apply to the sale and purchase of such assets, and it's difficult to imagine that changing in any material way. Contract law will likely be relevant, as the terms and conditions of the relevant platform will be key. Trust law may also play a role, depending on whether a relevant NFT for a particular digital world is held directly by the user or by the metaverse platform on their behalf. Some limited real estate law may ultimately work its way into sale and purchase contracts in the form of easements, overage, use restrictions, etc., but this is by no means certain. Metaverse real estate is the wild digital west in a very real sense and carries great risk as well as great potential rewards.